Hey family, have we ever noticed how quickly we respond to our children's behavior when we say, hey, quit crying, stop yelling, why are you whining? But have we taken a second to stop and think, even though our children have emotions, can they really express what they're feeling? I think one of the biggest mistakes we make as parents is that we believe that our children have the ability to express what they're feeling. So therefore we look at their behavior and we take for granted that their behavior is just communication. What we see is yelling, crying, whatever that behavior may be. But what they're really doing is they're expressing to us what they feel. Imagine this. Imagine you go to another country and you don't speak the language, but yet you need to use the bathroom. You're hungry. You want to order some food. You want to get access to something that's essential, but you don't have the ability to express what you're saying. What type of emotions do you think you'll feel when you can't express what you're feeling? Will you be frustrated? Will you be irritated? Will you be annoyed? And imagine not having the ability to communicate those things and communicate what you're feeling. That's how our kids feel at times. So does that mean that we should ignore the behavior that they're having? No, it doesn't. But remember, behavior is communication. So instead of saying, hey, go to your room when they throw a toy, when they do something that you don't like, instead of saying that, how about trying this? Hey, son. Hey, daughter, what are you feeling? And then helping them to put a word to what they're actually feeling, helping them, based off the situation and the context, actually communicate what they may be feeling. And watch the release come over them. Watch the relief come over your child. You have to remember this, that children cannot learn to manage their emotions until they learn how to identify their emotions. So let's take that example of throwing the toy. So when a child gets angry and picks up the toy and throws it on the ground, what if you sat down with them and you looked them in the eye and say, hey, what are you feeling? And based off the context, now I have a little girl and I have a little boy. And let's say something just happened and I witnessed that maybe my older child maybe took a toy from my younger child, and maybe that child is now frustrated. Maybe that child feels bullied in a sense. Maybe that child feels controlled in a sense, or just frustrated because he can't have his toy right now. Then I take those clues and I begin to give different emotions. Hey, well, do you feel mad? Do you feel angry? Do you feel frustrated? And I just name emotions until I find one that really resonates with him or with her. And they say, yeah, that's what I feel. That's what it looks like, really teaching your children practically how to express their emotions, how to identify what they're feeling. Guess what'll happen? Eventually, they'll begin to develop their own vocabulary. Eventually, they'll begin to say, hey, Dad, I feel frustrated right now. And when they can do that voluntarily, that's when you know that you've instilled a gift inside of them that will serve them for the rest of their lives, that will serve them in every friendship that they have, that will serve them in every relationship. Giving your children that gift gives them the upper hand in relationships going forward. Because I'll be honest with you, many people, even adults, many of us still don't know how to identify what we're feeling and express what we're feeling and manage what we're feeling. So do your child a great gift and favor. Slow down life for them and teach them how to identify and express what they're feeling. So remember this. Here's my challenge for you this week. If your child acts out in a behavior that is unpleasant to you, don't just jump to correction first. I want you to be curious. I want you to identify what they're feeling by asking them, hey, what are you feeling? Not correction, but curiosity. Because if you remember that every emotional moment is an opportunity to teach them, to connect with them, and to grow, then you're well on your way of developing healthier and stronger connections with your kids. Hey, look, if this message encouraged you, I would love for you to follow along with us as we work on building emotionally healthy children and also developing healthy communication in families. If you know any other parents that would totally benefit from what we're talking about, I encourage you to share it with them, because one thing about building better conversations, it builds stronger families. Until next time.